How BLACKPINK went from zero to world superstars. At the beginning, they were just 4 young girls, each with big dreams, coming from completely different places. One was a shy girl from South Korea who loved to sing and act. Another was a talented rapper from New Zealand who moved to Korea to chase her dreams. A third was a girl from Thailand who loved to dance and had to leave her family behind to train in a new country. And the fourth was a girl from Australia with a voice so unique that it gave people chills. These 4 girls didn't know each other at first. They came from different countries, spoke different languages, and had different stories. But they all had one thing in common. They wanted to be stars. They dreamed of standing on big stages and singing songs out to people around the world. But dreaming is one thing. Making it happen, that's the hard part. They joined YG Entertainment, one of the biggest K-pop companies. But even there, nothing was guaranteed. They had to train for years, dancing, singing, rapping, and performing every single day. They faced monthly tests where they had to prove they were good enough to stay. It was tough. They didn't have normal teenage lives like most people. No school dances, no hanging out with friends after class, just hard work, sweat, and sometimes tears. But today, these same 4 girls, Jennie, Lisa, Jisoo, and Rose, are BLACKPINK, one of the biggest girl groups in the world. They've done things no one thought was possible. They've broken records, performed on the biggest stages like Coachella, and worked with global stars like Lady Gaga, Dua Lipa, and Selena Gomez. They've become icons of music, fashion, and culture. But how did they make it happen? What was the secret behind their rise from nothing to global icons? What made BLACKPINK stand out in an industry full of talent? How did they break through barriers that held so many others back? In today's video, I'm going to answer all these questions, showing you their fascinating journey. We'll look at how these 4 girls started with nothing but raw talent and big dreams, how they fought through years of tough training, captured fans' hearts with their unique style, and faced challenges like long breaks and the pressure of fame. By the end, you'll realize why BLACKPINK is a global phenomenon, showing the world that dreams can come true if you work hard enough and believe in yourself. But to better understand all of that, we need to go all the way back to where it started. In the early 2010s, YG Entertainment was already one of the top K-pop companies. They had created 21, a girl group that became a global sensation. But YG wanted to take things even further. Their goal was to form a new girl group that could compete not just in Korea, but on a worldwide stage. They didn't just want success, they wanted a revolution. But building a world-class group meant creating a team that was perfect in every way. YG's training system was infamous for being brutal. Trainees had to practice non-stop, singing, dancing, rapping, and even performing in mock competitions. Every month, they were judged on their progress. If they didn't measure up, they were out. Only the best of the best can make it. Because becoming a K-pop idol isn't just about being good at singing or dancing, it's about never giving up. There were so many kids who wanted to debut, but only a few could make it. The pressure was really tough, and some couldn't keep going. Now imagine being a teenager and stepping into this world. That's what Jennie did. She was the first member to join YG, and from the very beginning, she was seen as something special. The staff even called her their hidden gem. But Jennie didn't have it easy. For years, she trained alone without any group to back her up, constantly wondering if her debut would ever come. Then came Lisa, a bright and bubbly dancer from Thailand. Lisa didn't just have to prove herself as a performer. She also had to adapt to a new culture and learn Korean from scratch. At first, she couldn't even communicate with the other trainees. But instead of giving up, Lisa turned those challenges into motivation, quickly becoming one of the strongest dancers at YG. Jisoo was different. She wasn't just a singer. She had a natural charm and a passion for acting. Known as the group's visual, she brought a unique elegance to the team. But Jisoo wasn't just about looking pretty. She worked just as hard as the others to prove she could handle anything YG threw at her. Finally, there was Rose. All the way from Australia, she came to YG after her father encouraged her to chase her dream. Rose's voice stood out immediately. Unique, emotional, and unforgettable. But leaving her home, her family, and her old life behind wasn't easy. Rose had to grow up fast and find her place in a highly competitive environment. The road to debut was anything but smooth. The members trained for years, sometimes 6 days a week, 14 hours a day. Their schedules were exhausting, filled with endless dance practice, vocal lessons, and monthly judgments. Every month, they had to prove they were getting better or they risked being cut from the program entirely. Lisa worked tirelessly to perfect her skills while adjusting to life in Korea, a place where she didn't know the language or the customs. Jennie, who who had spent years as a solo trainee, finally found teammates she could share her struggles with. Jisoo juggled her training with acting lessons, wanting to be more than just the group's visual. And Rose, who had never been far from her family before, had to adapt to life in a new country while refining her one-of-a-kind voice. Rose once shared that Lisa was the funny one, always making everyone laugh, even on the hardest of days. Jisoo, being the oldest, acted like a big sister and comforted them when they felt sad. Jennie and Rose would often stay up late practicing together, helping each other get better. What's really special is how their differences made them stronger. Each member had something unique to offer, and when they worked together, they balanced each other perfectly. But despite the long hours and constant uncertainty, these four girls never gave up. They kept going, driven by a dream that was bigger than their fears. Little did they know, their hard work and sacrifices would soon change their lives and the music industry forever. Now, it's August 2016. After years of intense training, doubts, and dreams, the moment that BLACKPINK had been waiting for finally arrived. Their hard work was about to be put to the ultimate test. This was the day the world would meet Jennie, Lisa, Jisoo, and Rose, not as trainees, but as BLACKPINK. On August 8, 2016, BLACKPINK released their first two singles, Boombaya and Whistle. Boombaya hit with high energy, powerful beats, and an anthem-like chorus, while Whistle showcased a more subtle, stylish sound. Both songs showed off the group's duality, proving that they could dominate with power and finesse. And the world noticed fast. Whistle climbed to the top of the charts almost immediately, hitting #1 on Korea's Gaon digital chart. Meanwhile, Boombaya made waves internationally, with its music video reaching millions of views within days. BLACKPINK wasn't just any rookie group. They were record-breaking rookies. They became the fastest girl group to win on a Korean music show, taking just 13 days after their debut. It was clear, BLACKPINK was not here to blend in. They were here to stand out. So what made BLACKPINK so different? For starters, they weren't the traditional cute girl group that many people expected from K-pop. Their concept was fierce, confident, and bold, what fans often call the girl crush vibe. With their sharp choreography, powerful vocals, and raps full of attitude, BLACKPINK was like a breath of fresh air in the industry. Their music videos also played a huge role in their instant success. Boombaya and Whistle weren't just songs, they were visual feats. The colors, the outfits, the camera angles, everything was designed to grab attention. Whether it was Jennie's fiery raps, Lisa's dynamic dance moves, Rose's soulful vocals, or Jisoo's magnetic presence, each member brought something unique to the table. But it wasn't just about their style or visuals. BLACKPINK's choreography was sharp and memorable. The dance for Boombaya, with its high energy movements and the finger whistle move in Whistle, quickly became iconic. Fans around the world were learning their dances and sharing their own covers on TikTok and Instagram. BLACKPINK was already creating a global ripple effect. However, BLACKPINK's debut wasn't just about numbers or records, it was about connection. Fans around the world were drawn to their confidence and individuality. They weren't just idols, they felt real. And because they had trained for so long, their skills were polished and professional even from the very beginning. Their debut was a perfect storm, powerful songs, striking visuals, and members who brought their own charm and talent. This combination turned BLACKPINK into a phenomenon almost overnight. It was the start of something bigger than anyone could have imagined. Little did anyone know, Boombaya and Whistle were just the beginning of BLACKPINK's rise to global stardom. What came next would cement their place in history as one of the most iconic girl groups of all time. BLACKPINK had already made waves with their debut, but their rise to fame didn't stop there. The years following their debut were filled with monumental moments that would push them further into the spotlight and solidify their position as global icons. In June 2018, BLACKPINK released Do 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 Do, and it was a game changer. From the moment the music video dropped, it was clear that this was something special. The song was bold, dynamic, and unforgettable, with a powerful hook and fierce lyrics. It wasn't just another hit, it became a cultural moment. The music video smashed records, gaining up 36.2 million views within its first 24 hours, making it one of the most watched videos on YouTube at the time. And the iconic choreography, especially the finger gun move, became a worldwide phenomenon, with fans and celebrities alike recreating it in viral dance challenges. Do 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 wasn't just a song, it was a statement. It showed that BLACKPINK wasn't only a K-pop group, they were a global force. The song song climbed international charts, and BLACKPINK became the highest-charting female K-pop act on the Billboard Hot 100 at the time. This era was more than just success. It was BLACKPINK stepping into the global stage as true icons. In 2019, BLACKPINK made history as the first K-pop girl group to perform at Coachella. Coachella is one of the biggest music festivals in the world, and for a K-pop act to take that stage was a huge moment, not just for BLACKPINK, but for Korean music as a whole. Their performance was electric. With their energy, powerful vocals, and stunning visuals, BLACKPINK charmed the crowd. The audience wasn't just made up of their fans. There were people who had never even heard of K-pop before, and yet by the end of their set, they were dancing and cheering along. The performance was streamed live on YouTube, and millions of viewers from all over the world tuned in to watch. For many, it was their first introduction to BLACKPINK, and it was unforgettable. But BLACKPINK's rise to fame wasn't just about their music or performances. It was also about their connection with their fans, the Blinks. From the very beginning, BLACKPINK used social media to stay close to their fans. Their Instagram posts, YouTube content, and live streams gave fans a glimpse into their personalities, making them feel like they weren't just idols, they were friends. Their ability to engage with fans on a personal level played a massive role in their growth. For example, BLACKPINK frequently went live on platforms like VLive, where they would chat with fans, answer questions, and even joke around with each other. These moments made Blinks feel like they were part of the journey. And then there were the viral challenges. Whether it was fans recreating the do-do-do-do-do choreography or singing along to Kill This Love, BLACKPINK knew how to get their fans involved. These moments were proof of how deeply BLACKPINK had connected with people all over the world. However, the journey to fame was not without its challenges. Behind the majestic performances and sold-out shows were struggles they had to overcome, both professionally and personally. From long breaks between music releases to the pressure of being K-pop idols, their path wasn't always smooth. But every obstacle they faced only made them stronger and more resilient. One of the biggest criticism BLACKPINK faced early on was the long gaps between their music releases. While other K-pop groups were constantly putting out new content, BLACKPINK would often go months, sometimes even a year, without a comeback. Fans were frustrated, and the media didn't hold back from questioning why YG Entertainment wasn't letting them release more music. But rather than fading into obscurity, BLACKPINK used those breaks to their advantage. They didn't just sit still. They stayed active on social media, connecting with fans through live streams, Instagram posts, and YouTube content. During these breaks, they released behind-the-scenes footage, practice videos, and personal moments that gave Blinks a deeper connection to them. And when BLACKPINK did return with new music, it was always worth the wait. Each comeback was bigger than the last, and the anticipation from fans only made their music even more powerful. The long breaks allowed the group to refine their craft, work on new concepts, and create music that resonated deeply with their audience. Being a K-pop idol is not easy. It means long hours, tight schedules, and constant pressure to look and perform perfectly. For BLACKPINK, the expectations were even higher because they were one of the most popular girl groups in the world. Balancing global schedules while keeping up with personal lives was incredibly challenging. There were moments when the members felt overwhelmed. The intense pressure to stay at the top and the stress of constant travel and performances took a toll on them. But through it all, BLACKPINK never gave up. They supported each other in ways that went way beyond just being bandmates. They were a family. The members leaned on one another during the tough times, whether it was encouraging each other after a tough performance or lifting each other's spirits when feeling burnt out. Lisa, Jennie, Jisoo, and Rose understood the importance of looking out for one another, and that strong bond helped them push through the hard times. They were more than just a group. They were friends who helped each other navigate the highs and lows of fame. The non-stop pace of being a K-pop group, combined with the long hours of rehearsals, tours, and public appearances, took a physical and mental toll. The pressure to constantly be on was immense. But instead of letting the weight of it all break them, BLACKPINK became even more determined. They worked together to take care of their physical and mental health, taking time to rest when needed and always supporting each other through the tough times. They also used their platforms to speak out about the importance of mental health, letting fans know that it was okay to not always be perfect. Their rise to stardom was filled with challenges, but each one made them stronger, both individually and as a group. Through long breaks, intense pressure, and the struggles of being in the spotlight, they managed to keep going, and ultimately, they came out stronger. They proved that even when the road gets tough, their bond and determination would carry them through. One of the key moments in BLACKPINK's rise to global fame was their successful venture into the Western music scene. In 2018, BLACKPINK collaborated with British singer Dua Lipa on the hit song Kiss and Make Up, and it was an instant success. This marked the beginning of their international collaborations that would continue to push them further into the global spotlight. The following year, they teamed up with pop stars Selena Gomez and Lady Gaga for Ice Cream and Sour Candy, respectively. These collaborations weren't just catchy, they brought BLACKPINK into the ears of millions of listeners who might have not otherwise known them. But it wasn't just about the music. BLACKPINK's first appearances on major US talk shows, such as The Late 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 Show with James Corden, solidified their place in the hearts of Western audiences. Their charm, humor, and authentic personalities shone through in interviews, making them even more relatable to fans around the world. BLACKPINK was no longer just a K-pop group, they were global icons. As BLACKPINK's popularity grew, so did their achievements. In 2019, they became the first K-pop girl group to reach 1 billion views on YouTube for their hit song Do 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 Do. This was a groundbreaking moment, making not just BLACKPINK's success, but also the increasing global influence of K-pop. In 2020, BLACKPINK gave their fans a special chance to see behind the scenes of their lives with the release of BLACKPINK Light Up the Sky on Netflix. This documentary wasn't just for blanks, it was for everyone who wanted to understand the hard work and sacrifice it takes to become global stars. The film took fans on a journey from their trainee days to their incredible achievements. It showed a different side of BLACKPINK, one that wasn't just about the spotlight and success. Fans got to see their struggles with self-doubt, the pressure to always succeed, and the difficulty of balancing their personal lives with their demanding careers. One of the most touching moments was when Rose talked about feeling lonely sometimes, even though she was always surrounded by people. Lisa shared how hard it was for her to adjust to a new culture and language, being far away from home. Jennie and Jisoo also opened up about the sacrifices they made during their years as trainees. Light Up the Sky showed their human side and gave fans a deeper understanding of what BLACKPINK went through to get where they are today. But they didn't stop there. BLACKPINK broke multiple Guinness World Records for their streaming numbers, social media followings, and sales. They became the highest charting female K-pop group on the Billboard Hot 100 and were the first K-pop girl group to sell out arenas across the world. Their record-breaking tours took them from North America to Europe to Asia, and they performed in front of thousands of fans who sang every lyric, proving that BLACKPINK had truly become a global phenomenon. But BLACKPINK's influence wasn't limited to just music. They became powerful cultural ambassadors for Korean culture, introducing their fans to the richness of Korea's music, fashion, and traditions. Their style, both on and off stage, was a major influence, with fans all over the world mimicking their bold, fashion-forward looks. BLACKPINK was not only known for their music, but for being trendsetters in the fashion world. They became global ambassadors for some of the most prestigious luxury brands, including Chanel, Dior, Celine, and Saint Laurent. These collaborations weren't just about wearing fancy clothes. They represented BLACKPINK's role in shaping global trends and elevating Korean culture on the world stage. Through collaborations, record-breaking achievements, and their influence as cultural ambassadors, BLACKPINK solidified their place in the global music scene. Their impact reached far beyond the stage, with each member helping to shape trends in music, fashion, and culture. One of BLACKPINK's greatest strengths is the individuality each member brings to the group. Jennie is the confident rapper who can command any stage with her bold energy. Rosé's distinct voice adds emotion and soul to their songs. Lisa, with her sharp dance moves and magnetic presence, lights up every performance. And Jisoo's grace and versatility makes her a beloved figure both on and off stage. Together, they create a perfect balance. BLACKPINK doesn't just rely on one member to shine. They all bring their own magic, which makes every performance feel fresh and exciting. But their versatility doesn't stop at their personalities. Musically, BLACKPINK blends different genres like pop, hip-hop, EDM, and even rock, creating a sound that feels both innovative and accessible. Songs like Lovesick Girls show their emotional depth, while tracks like How You Like That and Kill This Love showcase their bold and confident side. Their ability to connect with such a wide range of listeners has played a huge role in their global success. Moreover, BLACKPINK's influence on fashion is undeniable. They're not just trendsetters, they're fashion icons. Each member has their own style, from Jennie's chic elegance to Lisa's edgy streetwear, Rose's vintage-inspired looks, and Jisoo's timeless sophistication. Their music videos are a visual feast, filled with jaw-dropping outfits and cinematic scenes. These videos don't just promote their songs, they create entire worlds that fans can get lost in. For example, the bold visuals in Do 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 and the stunning color palettes in Ice Cream show how BLACKPINK uses style style to elevate their artistry. Their global partnerships with luxury brands have only solidified their place as global fashion leaders. But what makes BLACKPINK stand out is how effortlessly they combine high fashion with relatable, everyday looks, making them approachable to fans while still being aspirational. There is also girl crush concept. That has become one of their defining characteristics, inspiring millions of fans, especially young women. Their music carries messages of strength, independence, and self-love. Songs like Pretty Savage celebrate confidence, while Kill This Love empowers listeners to walk away from toxic situations. It's not just their lyrics, it's how they carry themselves. On stage, BLACKPINK radiates power and self-assurance, showing their fans it's okay to be bold, to dream big, and to stand tall. Offstage, BLACKPINK's authenticity and humility shine through in their interactions with fans. Whether it's through interviews, social media, or live streams, the members often talk about their struggles and growth, making them relatable and approachable. Their honesty has made their message even more impactful. BLACKPINK stands out because they're more than just a K-pop group. They're role models, trendsetters, and global icons. Their charisma, versatility, style, and empowering messages have created a legacy that goes far beyond music. They're not just performing for their fans, they're inspiring them, and that's what truly sets BLACKPINK apart. BLACKPINK isn't just a group that reached the top. They've left an indelible mark on the music industry and the world. Before their eyes, it was rare for K-pop groups to gain widespread international recognition, but BLACKPINK broke those barriers, showing that music has no borders. They've helped pave the way for other K-pop groups to enter the global market, proving that language and cultural differences doesn't have to limit music's reach. By blending Korean and English in their lyrics and embracing universal themes, they're connected with fans worldwide, making K-pop a household name in regions that had never embraced it before. Their impact also influenced how the world sees Korea and its culture. From their fashion to their performances, BLACKPINK has introduced millions of people to Korean art, style, and creativity, becoming unofficial ambassadors of their culture. Each member of BLACKPINK has also carved out her own path, showcasing her unique talents through solo projects. Jennie's Solo set the stage, becoming a massive hit, proving that BLACKPINK's members could stand strong on their own. Lisa's La Lisa shattered records, becoming a viral sensation and earning her the title of one of the most influential global idols. Jisoo's acting career in Snowdrop allowed her to shine in a completely new light, while Rose's solo debut On the Ground highlighted her soulful voice and personal storytelling. And what she did with Bruno Mars on APT broke completely all records. In the first 3 months on YouTube, the video gained 900 million views, being placed on first place in global top music videos. So what's next for BLACKPINK? Their future is as bright as their past, filled with possibilities for more beautiful achievements. As they continue to break records and explore new creative paths, the world will be watching their every move. Fans are waiting for more music, bigger performances, and maybe even new collaborations with global artists. Whether it's another sold-out world tour or a surprise comeback, BLACKPINK has the power to keep pushing limits and rewriting what's possible for a K-pop group. And beyond the group's future, their individual paths will likely continue to grow, with each member expanding her artistry and influence in different ways. So let's sum this all up and answer all the questions from the intro. How did they make it happen? BLACKPINK's success came from hard work, intense training, and YG Entertainment's vision to create a global girl group. What was the secret behind their rise from trainees to global icons? Their unique blend of talent, charisma, and diverse backgrounds helped them connect with audiences worldwide, along with strong music production and powerful visuals. What made BLACKPINK stand out in an industry full of talent? Each member's individuality. Their genre-blending music, bold fashion, and girl crush image set them apart from other groups. How did they manage to break through barriers that held so many others back? BLACKPINK overcame language and cultural barriers by creating universal music and leveraging global platforms like YouTube and collaborations with international artists. They started as young girls working really hard as trainees, practicing all day and not knowing if they would ever make it. But they never gave up, and now they are superstars known all around the world. Their stories teaches us that if you work hard, believe in yourself, and keep going, amazing things can happen.